our faith, where we find where we belong. Grateful for his love, every single day. Empowered for his day is strength, lighting on the way. Raise the higher, in unity we rise, with love and resilience, we reach for the sky.
Welcome back to It's Our Time podcast for episode 2, and we're talking about friendships today. The importance of creating your chosen family.
Yes, that sounds really dope. The importance of choosing
Creating your chosen family.
I like that. I like that.
Because you have your family, but then your friends are the people that you choose to have in your life. So that's why I like to call it your chosen family.
Yes. Your chosen family. And sometimes you don't have no choice of, who they are. They just come on, they just knock on your door. Go on, Roger! But no, like finding your friends, great friends and people to go along with you on this life journey is so, so important. I said before, your tribe is everything.
Yes.
It can make or break, your life and the decisions and the things that you become.
Yes, definitely your tribe is everything, because the people who you are around definitely influence how you move in life. So we're going to just talk about a little bit about friendships and the good and bad, I guess. You want to talk about the good and the bad?
Yeah. One thing I'm going to touch on real fast before I forget, it just hit my mind. Every season of you sometimes requires different friends. I know when I was younger and in high school and things like that, it was, you got your friend group for that. You're doing the wrong thing, y'all getting or the right things. Y'all getting tattoos, y'all skipping school, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. But as you grow older, what you liked at 15 and what you did at 15, you're no longer doing at 28 and things like that. So your friendships the dynamic of that kind of shifts and change. So just being okay with that journey of, finding your friends as you go on this life journey.
I do agree. Every season, some friends can't be with you through every season, unfortunately. Like, I know you have childhood friends, and then you have friends that you meet later on in life. And sometimes the friends that you meet in the beginning aren't the ones that align with how you move forward in life. So I definitely believe every season, sometimes you make different friends. That's very true.
But it's important to, have friends for myself. Like, I'm kind of a little bit of a loner, and I kind of, had, some trust issues with friends, along this path and journey of my life. I just always feel like for myself, I've been a little bit more, like, I always was the younger person. I always hung with, older people. So, a lot of things like my friends were doing, I wasn't kind of doing it because I was kind of with older people, using my cousin IED, shout out to Kristen for, getting in the club when I ain't supposed to be and doing all the stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing because I was hanging out with older people.
Right.
But, I've had some challenges with, just creating friends and things like that. But a lot of those things are too, is when you don't know who you are, you kind of shift and go to different, friend groups and things like that. So as you learn who you are, you creating better friendships.
Absolutely. I think when I was younger, most of my childhood friends were guys. So I was the tomboy. I always hung around a lot of guys. Yes, I played basketball. I played sports. Okay. So that's kind of why I'm in the gym now. Like, I still like to be athletic, but different friends for different seasons. And my childhood friends that carried on to my adulthood. Some things you don't do with each friend. Like, some friends you'll have, maybe you'll go on vacation with one friend, but you won't do a business venture with that friend. Right. So it's definitely different levels to the friendship. And that doesn't mean that you don't love them all, though.
Right. And it's nothing, and it don't be personal either. With just certain people you just take for certain things. You just know, hey, that's my turn-up friend. Hey, this is my church friend. Hey, this friend. And you have, different categories for your friends to go into, as you're going on, crazy story too just popped in my head. I had just started working at a hair salon, and one of my old friends from when I was young and a kid, whatever like that, she had came into the salon, and I'm doing a white man's haircut, Caucasian man's haircut, and she comes up behind me, like walks in the salon, girl, that hairstyle is popping and all this stuff like that. She ain't supposed to be up in my job while I'm up in there doing this man haircut, like scaring these people away. See, but certain people are not supposed to be. I mean, she was fine for what she did. That's who she is, and I accept her who she is. But at my job, that wasn't the time or the place. Like, you can't be just coming up here acting a fool at my job. So, you know, me too, learning to set boundaries with your friends too is major. Cause certain, how we chill, how we joke is not to be, we can't talk that way around the kids, or, when you're in a relationship and certain things, certain things is just for us. So just knowing those boundaries with relationships is major too.
Yeah, it's true. That's so true. I have friends also that I don't even see but maybe once a year. Mm-hmm. But when we do connect, it's like love. Like we pick up right where we left off. So
right.
Those kind of friends you keep in your life, but you don't get to see them. I have friends that live like hours and hours away, mm-hmm. and I still, make time. Friends are important. Friends are important to have. Yeah. And the right friends are important to have as well.
Yeah. Because you need friends that's going to be there to tell you when you're right. You're going to need friends to tell you when you're wrong. You don't need somebody that's always going to be around that's going to, that's not going to hold you accountable. You need friends to pull up on you when you just had a heartbreak, and they're going to pull up with you with the Moet, with the Henny, whatever you got to go sit outside and like, girl, we're going to cry together. We're going to get through this together. You need friends to be there with you through real life, because life will expose real situations. People die every day, and you need your friend, your tribe to be there. I know when my mom died, my friends pulled up on me, and just a whole bunch of love and support. So you need those people. But another thing is you got to be able to be that to those people too. We have to be able to show up for each other. We can't make everything that people have, but I'm trying to be more intentional of showing up for others as this new journey of becoming a better friend and learning really what friendship is, because when we're kids and even when you're in relationships, you don't really know what is expected of you from a friendship. So I really feel like to really have a good relationships and friendships now is really communicating and asking them, what do you need from me and how can I show up for you? Mm-hmm. So that goes in everything. Just comprehension and communication is key to, I feel like, to really have good relationships as we're trying to, create good, healthy relationships, and not just people who are, you're joining through high school or you're joining through life or your neighborhood. You're meeting people all over the world now. So showing up the best way you can be, I think it's major.
Absolutely. And I think also, like, you have to give your friends grace. Mm-hmm. People can only show up for you in the way that they're capable of. Yes. This week alone, like, my friends, I really leaned on them this week. Just going through everything with my mom passing. If it wasn't for my friends, oh my goodness, I probably would crumble. But it's just those texts, those calls, those showing up and popping up on me has really got me through this week. Like, oh my goodness.
You got this.
Like, yeah. And, however people show up for me is how I accept them. I'm not going to throw my friend away because they didn't show up for me in a way that I thought they should show up for me.
And a lot of times when things happen with friends, we're so quick to like, I'm done or whatever the case may be, but we give our relationships a lot of chances.
Okay, you give that man 100 chances. Right. But your friends, you just like one and done, you got to go.
Like, no, you got
we need to get out of there. Like, we need each other, we need community, we need to build each other up. Mm-hmm. And we really need to stick together.
Yes. Yeah, it's still, you have to communicate with your friend, like, hey, I didn't like the way this was. And maybe if you took the time to talk to her, you will realize that maybe it wasn't even about you. Sometimes we make things, well, she didn't respond back in this time, and
or she didn't show up to a birthday party.
So I'm not showing up to her thing. But no, sometimes it's not even about you. Sometimes it's bigger than a relationship. It's bigger. She could be going through some stuff, and, it's up to us to help get them out of it. Right now, mental health is at an all-time high, and everything that's going on in the world, a lot of people have a lot of things going on, and it's bigger than us, and all we can do is kind of support them along the way. So before you get rid of your friends, before you start saying, I ain't calling, they ain't calling, and all this stuff like that, just reach out and be like, hey, I feel some type of way, or, you know, am I wrong for feeling that way? Or, you know, just try to smooth it out and figure it out, because we need friends in this world. It's not meant to be lived alone at all. So, you know, having a good tribe is everything. Your community, definitely.
Definitely communicate. Because sometimes we put people on pedestals that they didn't even ask to be on.
Very true.
And we expect certain things, and then when they don't show up in that way, then we're upset. So you definitely have to communicate. Tell your friend what you need from your friends. Sometimes they just don't know. And life is hard enough, so you don't want to do it alone without your support system. So give your friends grace.
Yep. And just like you're evolving, they're evolving too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's why you really have to give them grace to get through those challenging times. But, yeah.
As getting older, I've been making like kingdom friendships.
Yes.
Which is new for me. I haven't really had them like growing up.
Yes.
Kingdom friendships, they like your friends that bring out, just bring out like the best in you. Not even just the best in you, but like what your purpose is. So like us, like kingdom friendship.
Yes.
They bring out whatever God has placed inside of you. So they're definitely. And
they see something in you that sometimes you don't see yourself. That's what I mean by like, you know, the friends you meet when you're in high school and, you know, y'all have to be, you know, y'all in that situation together, but being able to really see you as a person, you know, your individual self, and with no ill intent behind it. You know, I feel like I think a lot of times with relationships, you know, it's about people's intentions sometimes. And I think that's why people don't trust sometimes. And it's hard to, you know, for this, you know, having a woman community is because a lot of people have been done wrong by friends.
Yeah.
But when you find the right people, you want to just, you know, stick in there with them and communicate. You know, God will reveal to you and use your discernment of who needs to be in your life and who doesn't need to be in your life as you grow and you become, you know, who you are. But yeah, kingdom relationships are everything. Like, I have people, like my clients, a lot of my clients are my friends and they're older than me. They're bringing me the, daily bread and things like that. One of my friends brought me my clients brought me a band back from, her vacation and said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm in a prayer group with some of my friends. So, you know, we need those things of uplifting and it's not going to be an age. No. It's not a race. Anybody who, you know, God puts you like to build you up is considered a friend to me.
Right. I have friends that's 20 years older than me, 20 years younger than me. Yes. And, you know, it's still all love with each of them.
Music, learning new anything, you know.
Yeah, just like fresh new energy sometimes.
Yes.
Even like with my mom passing, I've reconnected with some friends that I haven't even talked to maybe in like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was good too. Like some of my childhood best friends, we just started talking again. They sharing memories about my mom from when we were younger. So that's been good. I also had a couple friends send me like scriptures and just call me and pray for me.
That's awesome.
So it's really friendships are very important.
Yes.
Very important.
They are very important. And sometimes you really don't realize once you moving in this life how much they really you value them, you know, and I could say that if you and a friend right now are going through some things and you're not talking to each other and things like that, send an I love you text. You know, you never know when, you know, God is going to call somebody's home. We're getting out here left and right, you know, just mend those relationships. Even if you never talk to each other again, just let them know there's no ill will. I love you. I wish you the best. I hope all is well. And just keep it moving because at the end of the day, as long as you did your job and you showed up the way you're supposed to show up, God is going to continue to show up for you. We're supposed to continue to love and heal each other and, you know, treat our neighbor, you know, as we want to be treated ourselves. So, you know, just love each other. We just have to love on each other a lot more because we're all going to do so much stuff.
Yes.
So that's how I feel about friendships.
Even the friends that you guys don't have much in common with anymore, you can still be friends with that person. Yes. You don't have to throw that person away.
Nope.
You just know that there are certain things that you don't do with this person or that you don't share with this person. So definitely treasure and nurture those friendships and build them up.
Right. Because we don't, I mean, like, you know, at this age I am, I don't really be going to the clubs and stuff no more. But I don't judge my friends, you know, that do. You know, I like to go to a lounge or whatever the case may be now, or, you know, different types of things I like to do, like golfing or whatever the case may be. I like to do activities now.
Right.
You know, it's just different. But you know, you still gonna be friends with those friends. There's nothing wrong with that. That y'all just on two different walks of life.
Exactly. I got some friends that know, don't call me for the club, but
Yes.
we can do a quick little trail walk. We can do
brunch.
Yes. There's a whole bunch of other different things that friends can do.
Yes,
So.
yes. It's just different stages of life. You meet different people. And that's like when me and Kate talk about how we met. Like, you know, we were just in a different stage of our life. Like, we met at, you know, a friend's birthday party. And,
we in the section.
Yes.
What would Megan say? Ride the boat, drive the boat.
Yeah, we driving the boat and all that stuff.
With Henny,
yes, a mess. Living our best life, but we were younger.
Right. It's just a testament to where we are now.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
And not to say that anything is wrong with that, the people that do that, but that's just not where we are at this present time.
Right. Like we want to go to church and we want to do things with our family and have family vacations.
Yes.
And, you know, now that's what we're, you know, into, of like, you know, combining our families and, you know, Easters and things like that. You know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. You just outgrow some stuff. Not that you outgrow, you know, your friendship, but you just outgrow some things as the individual person. And you just gotta be real to yourself.
Yeah.
You still can show up, but just different ways.
Just gotta make that conscious decision of where to place that friend. So
yes,
that's important.
Yes, yeah. My pastor Darius Daniels, he has a book called like Friendships, and he talks about, you know, the key of knowing where to place your friends or people in your life, and that's just major. When you take people off the pedestal that we put them at and put them where they belong, life becomes so much more easier.
Yeah.
You're not stressing, oh, they didn't call me today, blah, blah. And also, like Kate said, we got friends we don't even talk to for months or weeks or whatever, but when we pick up the phone, everything is good.
Right, everything is good.
Yeah. And we don't take it personal.
Right. So check on your friends, though. Check on your friends. Make sure they're good.
Yes.
Send a little I love you text, thinking of you, missing you.
Yes.
And we do gotta make time for our friends too, though. We gotta make time.
We do.
Because their support, just sitting together and just having a conversation, you'd be surprised how much it lifts your spirit up. So definitely make time for your friends.
And see, that was my thing too this year, was finding balance. Like with having been a mom and a relationship and all of those things. I think that's why sometimes in friendships, when you get in a relationship, your friends be feeling some type of way, because we gotta find a balance. Cause now my boo went on my weekends and my days, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go to brunch. I gotta find some time on this Sunday, go to brunch with my girls. You know, I gotta squeeze them in sometimes too. Yeah. You know, so just finding that balance to find some time with your friends, cause you do need that girl time. And you need that time away to really clear your head, laugh, and just to be yourself.
I have this one friend, we make sure that we plan a date. If it's not every month, maybe the next month. Yeah, and I just thank God for her. I thank God for all my friends, honestly. I pray for them. I call them, lift them up, and, you know, just never know what somebody's going through.
You never know. Like I said, like this time and the way the world is right now, everything is just about really just uplifting and being there and being able to support and just letting you know that, you know, somebody know you love them. Like I have a cousin who's going through some things right now with her health, and I haven't talked to her in a long time, and I was supposed to go to the family reunion last year, but I had some things going on. I wasn't able to make it. And, you know, I called her. We were just texting, you know, for a while, and I said, something put on my heart, said, call her. And she was like, and she just broke down crying. She was like, you know, thank you for calling me, because I was having a rough day today. Yeah. And, you know, it was only, she was at work. It was only a 1-2 minute conversation, but, you know, I was able to show my love, and she needed that. So we never know.
That's beautiful. You never know. You never know what your friend is going through. So we want to end our shows, doing the phrase of "It's our time," and just bringing a little bit into light of what it's our time to do pertaining to the episode. So this one is about friendship. So I'm going to say for me, it's my time to check on my friends more. I can say I did like in that a little bit being in a relationship. Right. So I will check on my friends more. It's my time to do that.
Right. It's my time to Think about it.
I think
It's like it's my time just to keep making more time for my friends. I think that's where I'm at with it. It's about to be summertime. We're gonna do some brunches and some girl stuff a little bit. Finding that balance. That's where I'm finding balance.
Love it.
So put in the chat or email us, message us, or whatever. And what is it your time to do? What is it your time to grow and to become? And how can you show up being a better friend? So let us know how this episode impacts you and how you can show up being a better friend to your friends.
Thanks for tuning in,
Thank
y'all.
you so much.
Love y'all.